AI is here to stay, whether you like it or not, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be this big, confusing thing that drives non technologically savvy people like myself crazy because you have to understand how to use all of the tools and all of the prompts. No, I'm here with this video to share with you the very, very simple ways I use AI in my business on a daily basis to help me be a little bit more effective, a little bit more efficient. And before we get into it, it's really important that you know that this AI thing, like, it's here. It's not going anywhere. It's not even on its way here. It is here and it is only getting bigger, faster, stronger, better. And it's going to change our world in ways that we probably can't even imagine right now. And AI is not necessarily going to take your job today. It's not like right now, today, it's not going to take your job. However, somebody that understands how to use AI and businesses that are using AI in their SOPs and in just their day to day are going to skyrocket above the ones that aren't. And the people that understand how to prompt and use AI are going to take the jobs over the people that don't. It's going to be a skill set that's absolutely 100% necessary for everybody. So rather than putting your head in the sand and being like, I don't get tech, I don't want to understand this, I will just wait, please just watch this video and hear how simple it can be. I'm going to share with you personally where I use AI in my business. And I am a non-tech gal. My husband is an AI expert and he tries to teach me all of these like big bad tools, big bad meaning bad in the best way, that can completely change the world. And I'm like, you know what? That's a little much for me right now, but I do want to learn how to be more efficient in my business on a daily basis, how to create better content and how to move faster. So I'm just gonna do what I get and what I understand. And so that's why I'm creating this video for you if you're anything like me. So, number one, I use it for content, brainstorming, and creation. I used it for this very video that you are watching right now. I will go into ChatGPT and think about ChatGPT as my creative partner. It's not necessarily the person or the robot that's creating the content for me, but it's my ideating partner. So sometimes I'll just do a very simple brain dump into ChatGPT, sharing, hey, I'm going to create YouTube videos today. Here are some of the topics that I'm interested in creating. Can we think about different hooks and different viral ideas that we could come up with for YouTube videos? And literally, you can just have a conversation with AI and then uh, keep prompting it again and again and again when you're leaning into certain ideas that you love. Another really great way to create awesome content using ChatGPT is to start with your ideal client avatar before you create any content. This is a step that many people miss. Many people go into ChatGPT and they're like, I want to create a video or a reel today about personal branding. Come up with 3 ideas, and it'll come up with some great ideas. However, not going to be as strong and as good. The copy isn't going to be as direct if you don't tell ChatGPT who we're creating this content for in depth. So in our AI social selling challenge, which is starting very, very soon, I'll put the link to sign up below in the comments. My husband, Chris Winfield, who is an AI expert, teaches how you can teach ChatGPT who your client avatar is. So it only creates content specifically for that person, speaking to their exact pain points and their truths and their desires. And it's almost like that person's listening to that content or watching that content thinking, oh my God, she's in my head or he's in my head. How does he know exactly what I'm thinking? So there's a really great prompt that you can use. Again, we're going to teach it in the AI social selling challenge. And you just put that prompt in. It's basically telling AI to come up with your ideal client avatar for your specific business model or the specific content that you create. And it's going to come up with a very in-depth persona, a person, their name, their age, where they live, how much money they make, what their biggest pain points are, what they go to bed at night thinking about, what they truly desire, what their favorite content is, who they follow on social media, what podcasts they listen to, everything there is to know about them. Once you have that in your chat, you can then say, please create a piece of content specifically for that person, and your content will be way stronger. So I love creating content with ChatGPT using the ICA prompt first. It's as simple as it gets. The other way that I use it for content is even more simple. You ready for this? So easy. Whenever I create reels for social media, I do them while I'm walking on the treadmill after I've lifted in the morning. So my morning routine involves going to the gym, working out, and then walking on the treadmill for 10 minutes. And while I'm walking, I post my post for the morning. And what I'll usually do is I'll write a really, really messy caption for the video that I'm posting. Messy, terrible. Just got like, the bare bones. And then I'll just copy it. I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, smooth this out. I'll put it in and it will make the post way better. It'll get it to 80% of the way. And then when I put it into Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or wherever I'm putting it, I'll take it the next 20% and I'll just genify it to make sure that it doesn't sound too much like ChatGPT. Unbelievably simple. So if you don't know what to write or you don't know what to post or you're second guessing the caption that you're writing, copy paste it, go into ChatGPT, say smooth this out. Very simple, and it'll make it flow. We could go into all of the details of how else I use this to create content or how I use AI to create content because there's so many different tools that my husband's been teaching me about that I've been using. But when we get really, really simple, just have it be your writing partner as if you were sitting down next to somebody who's the smartest social media marketer, smartest YouTuber, biggest producer in the world of content. You can hire anybody that you want. You could say, you have the marketing brain of Steve Jobs. Tell me how to simplify this message into 3 easy to read sentences, easy to understand sentences. You can hire anyone. So if you have that mindset and you just decide that you're going to make ChatGPT whoever you need, and it's going to be your writing partner, content becomes unbelievably easy. One other thing that I will share with you that I do regularly to create really great content is I'll take my own content. So let's say I'll take my own book, Be Seen. You can see it behind me. And I'll take the PDF version of it and I'll upload the entire PDF into either ChatGPT or Claude or Manus or even Grok. And I'll say, hey, you are Gary Vaynerchuk's content manager and you know everything there is to know about how to create viral reels. I want you to take the information in this book and create 10 viral reels for, and then insert the persona that you created in the beginning that's already in your chat, your ideal client avatar, and it'll give you such great ideas. So there's so many different ways, but those are the simple ways that I use it. So let's go to number 2. I don't know about you, but I hate emails. I hate emailing. I hate opening my inbox. I don't like it. There are many AI tools out there that are a little more confusing that you can actually like link to your email to make AI do all of your emailing for you, but that's a little advanced for me. So I just use it unbelievably simply. Whenever I get emails that I don't know, I don't want to respond to, or I don't know how to respond to, I will copy paste that email. I will put it into my ChatGPT or my Claude, and I'll say, hey, you are me. Please respond to this email in a really kind way and tell them no, or respond to this email in a really kind way and ask them if we can reschedule. Respond to this email in a really kind way and ask them XYZ. And that if you just do that for 10 minutes with all of your emails, you will write emails unbelievably quickly. So simple. But again, AI will get you 80% of the way there. It's your job to get you 20% of the rest of the way to make sure that it sounds like you. So once you've copy pasted and you've put whatever ChatGPT or Claude or whatever bot you're using into your email or your caption or whatever you're writing, make sure you go in there and I like to call it genify it. Or if your name is Jessica, Jessicaify it, whatever, put your spin on it and make it sound like you. Really important. Number 3, I use AI. Sometimes it's ChatGPT. Usually it's ChatGPT. Sometimes I will use Claude to give me feedback on my speeches. So I'm a keynote speaker. I speak all over the world, and I always want to get better. So I did this weekend. I took a transcript of my latest talk. I had it transcribed using AI, and I put it in, and I said, "Hey, give me some feedback. What could I do better? What doesn't work and what does?" And it gave me an in-depth description of where I could be better and what works and what doesn't. And it actually gave me some really, really, really great tips. And now I'm reevaluating a couple of my stories and transitions. You can do that for podcast episodes, YouTube videos, keynote speeches. And instead of hiring a coach, let's be real, you don't even need a coach anymore. And what I told AI is I was like, you are the greatest keynote speaking coach in the history of all time. And I've hired you to give me honest and open feedback about this keynote that I did. And then you can go to town asking all the questions. What would you call this keynote? If you were to turn this keynote into a book, what it would be called? Well, like you can go to town. So I use it for feedback for a lot of the things that I do. Okay, next one is speed to read. I'm not a big reader. I love listening. I love listening. That is how I consume content. I listen to podcasts all day. I listen to YouTube videos all day. So it's very difficult for me to sit down and read a book. I don't know, probably because of the world that we live in where we're no longer really sitting down and paying attention to one thing for a very long time. I'm just going to be honest with you and with myself that I have a very, very, very short attention span. We're working on it, but I often need to read books very quickly for podcast episodes that I do where I'm interviewing authors. So I love to use AI to read books for me really quickly and give me the talking points. So I'll always ask my guests on my podcast or my authors, hey, can you send me the PDF version of your book? I'll input that PDF into AI and I'll tell me, explain this book to me very, very simply, what the main points are, and then, tell me what I need to know. And then you can go even deeper and say, what are 10 really powerful questions that I could ask the author about this book? Once it has the book in it, it can explain to you all the things. You can ask all the questions. So I essentially got the main key points of the book and really read the book, essentially got the main takeaways from just having AI read it for me and explain it to me. It's kind of like when I sit down, Chris, my husband, is watching the news and I don't really watch the news, but I need to know what's going on. So I let him watch it and then I sit down and I'm like, okay, so give me the cliff notes. What's going on? And basically you can do that with AI. Next one, I like to brainstorm offers and sales pages and different iterations of our courses and our programs with AI. You can hire AI to be anything that you want. So if you want it to have the marketing mind of Alex Hermosi that read the book $100 million Offers and knows the strategy and the structure of how he would build an offer, and this is what you do, please give me a couple ideas of how to make this new speaking course. I have written so many sales pages and with AI because I was able to tell it who it was, give it really great examples, tell it who my client avatar is, and tell it what my client avatar's key pain points are, and then develop entire sales pages, emails, and offers for that person specifically using AI as my brainstorming partner. And it's not even a brainstorming partner. It's like a brainstorming partner that has the brain of somebody that I could never get access to. We can ask it to have the brain of somebody that's no longer living. I like to use Steve Jobs all the time because he is somebody that is unbelievably succinct and can simplify big ideas. And so whenever I'm just too wordy with something and I cannot say something in like one sentence, I'll say, hey, you're Steve Jobs, hit this with a simple stick, simplify this for me. So unbelievably helpful. I've developed a course, a program with the help of AI. Again, I don't use it to create the entire thing. I use it to be my partner in the creation of that thing, to help give me ideas. I'll also bounce my ideas off of it and I'll say, hey, do you like this? And it'll say, I like this a little better. Which one do you like better? Then I'll be like, great. Which one do you think is the strongest based on my ideal client avatar, based on what their pain points are, based on, the whatever, all of the questions that I want to ask, it will tell you. So if you have not played with AI yet, if you have not played with it, if you have not at least just gotten on to ChatGPT and seen what it's capable of, I want you to check it out. You will be doing yourself a disservice if you put your head in the sand right now. You don't need to be a tech wizard. You don't need to be an AI expert, but you do need to be aware of what's going on. And the things that I just told you are the very, very, very simple ways that I use it. And I would love for you to just head on over to any AI tool that you choose to use. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Claude, it could be Manus, it could be Grok. Those are the main ones, but there are so many more. I would recommend starting with ChatGPT and just start playing with it. If you want to learn more about this, there is a link below the video to our next challenge, which is called the AI Social Selling Challenge, where myself and my husband, Chris Winfield, will teach you how to incorporate AI in your business, specifically when it comes to selling online, creating offers, creating social media content, and getting people to buy your stuff. So please join us. I mean, it's free and the link is below. If you liked this video and you want to learn more and you want to come along the journey with us as we learn, link below. But if you just love this video and you go play with AI today, play with ChatGPT, I will be so unbelievably happy. So make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment below. Which part did you like the best? Was there a prompt that you used or a specific mindset shift that you had about AI that was a really great takeaway? Share with me in the comments below. So glad that you joined me for this video, and I will see you next time.